another story time. As y'all see by that title, today a girl be telling you how she got jumped by not one, not two, but three hoes. Before we get into this messy video, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and send this video to a friend or family member. Now let's get into this messy story time. So y'all, I remember this fight like it was yesterday. I was in 7th grade. Now before I get into the story time, fun fact, they had put me and my cousin in the same class. So y'all, 2 days prior to us fighting, me and my cousin coming from the gym going to last period, and we gonna say the first hoe that jumped me name gonna be Yanni because I don't know her real name. So we coming from the gym, and one of our homegirls run up and was like, "Zah, Yanni say she want your head." So y'all know back then when somebody say they want your head, it means they want to fight. So me and my cousin bust out laughing because we're not paying no attention because they always play it like this because they know our reaction. Another reason we didn't pay no attention because we didn't know the whole school. We didn't have no issues with nobody, and we did not know a bitch that go by Yanni. 10 minutes of us being in the classroom, the same homegirl comes and start banging on the classroom door. So the teacher opened up the door, and this bitch started screaming, "Zah, Yanni said she want your hair. She want your hair. She right here. She want her what?" So we thought this bitch earlier. So now that we know you serious, if you know me, bitch, I'm coming outside since you want me. So me still walking to the door. I still don't know who I'm lost, but I'm coming to the door since you called me out. So I guess outside, I don't see nobody. I don't see no motherfucking body but my homegirl. So I'm looking at her, I'm like, where she go? So she like, this her classroom right here. This her classroom right here. So she thought the to the classroom. So come to find out, her classroom was right next to our last period classroom. So I goes in there. I don't give a I goes in there and I'm looking for the I'm searching the desk. Like I'm scanning the classroom. Like who the are you and what you want? So I'm like, where did she go? I don't know. So now I'm looking at her like, set me up, because how you just had eyes on her, don't know where she at? Like, be for real. How the hell you don't know where she went at and you just had eyes on her? So I'm like, what's the and how she look? So she described how she looked, but she said she didn't know the bitch. So I'm like, you don't know what this bitch went at. She just poof. So one of the boys inside the class was like, she ran to the dean office. I was like, oh, but you ran to the dean office. I'm not finna come searching for you. I'll just catch at dismissal. So boom, I goes back into class. Dismissal, I didn't see her. So next day we have testing. Now y'all know with testing you be in your homeroom or whatever. So we goes to start testing or whatever. And then lunch come. So I starts getting this gut feeling and I'm like, damn, because anytime I get this gut feeling, I know something finna happen, but I don't know what's finna happen. So I'm like, damn, so I'm thinking heavy because I'm like, it could be my people, I don't know. So boom, we go to line up. Y'all know with testing, they don't let you have your phone and shit. So something like, keep your shit in the classroom. Because the only thing I had rung was my phone and my purse. So something was like, keep your shit in the classroom. So I'm like, like, what the going on? So y'all know a motherfucker's not finna keep their phone and purse in the classroom, but something kept telling me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave my shit here. So my cousin was like, you sure you're not gonna take your shit? I'm like, I'm gonna leave my shit here. So we start heading to the cafeteria. When we get to our table, y'all, when I tell y'all, it felt so weird in there and vibes was off. So now I'm observing because I'm already paranoid. So boom, we sit down, we talking, and a couple of our homeboys from 8th grade come sit down and start talking to us. So y'all come to find out, they table is behind us. We like table 6, they like 7. So come to find out, in they class, whole number 1 sister is in this class. So they talking to us and shit, and a bitch, which is Yanni, that I did not know at the time, because remind y'all, I don't know how this bitch look. I don't even know who class she in. So this bitch is looking at me, but I don't even know she looking at me because she's sneaking looking at me. And I don't know how the bitch looks, so I can't pull her out. So come to find out, she's sitting over there with her sister. She the only bitch with a gray shirt on sitting over there with all these red shirts. So boom, she called our homeboys over there. I guess assuming they wasn't going to tell us. And come to find out, she's over there planning to jump me and my cousin with her sister and 2 other hoes. So they come back and tell us, as they should. We all know how messy boys is. So our homeboys run back over there and they're like, hey, we need y'all to watch y'all back when y'all leave from here because 4 hoes to my jump y'all. So I'm like, who? Point him out, because in my head, now I already know, like, it's the bitch that said she wanted my head. So I'm like, point him out. So he goes to point to the bitch, the only bitch that has on a gray shirt over there. So I'm like, what's her name? I forgot what he said her real name is, but like I said, we're going to call her Yanni. And I'm like, oh, so this the bitch that said he want my head. He told me, yeah, she over there talking cold cash shit about y'all, talking about something. When y'all leave from here, all 4 of them finna tag team y'all. So here comes my cousin. My cousin hops on the phone, and she told me she was texting her mama. So she told me she texted her mama, was like, it's some hoes trying to jump me and Zah. I ain't worried about none of that shit, y'all. I started busting out laughing. I said, you hoes don't even know me. I don't know y'all. The fight for. But bitch, I ain't backing down from nobody. So my cousin texting her mama or whatever. So boom, I tell you, I know, like, after she texts her mama, 2 to 3 minutes after my cousin texts her mama, security come get her to take her to the office. I guess to question her, ask her like what's going on. So boom, I'm sitting there with 2 other homegirls. But like I said, I ain't worried about her because if you know, like I know you wouldn't me. So I'm sitting there, and now at this time, you know, they calling tables to line up and go to class. So boom, they get to our table, y'all, and I tell y'all, like, this day probably was meant to happen. So they get our table. At first, it was tables one by one because they talking about some they don't want no fights because it was fights dinner every day. They get our table. Why the call our table and the girl table at the same time? So I start some harder because who you finna jump? Okay. So boom, their class walks out first. Our teacher still holding us in the cafeteria. But mind you, you can see through the windows, these hoes not moving nowhere. All 8th grade still lined up outside because they know a fight finna happen. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all what y'all asking for. Our class get to walking out, and how our school was, it was B wing for 6th grade, C wing for 7th grade, and D wing for 8th grade. So all 4 of these hoes is standing at this B wing pole. But did they say anything? No. Did they even look at me? No. These hoes is whispering in a circle. So boom, I'm taking my time getting to class because I'm letting you hoes know I'm not worried about now one of y'all. So as I'm passing them, I'm staring all 4 of these hoes down. I'm looking them in their face. So boom, I get to C wing, which is where my class at. So I'm going to walk in, and you got my homeboys behind me. So I'm walking in, and next you know, a bitch just speed in front of me and start speed walking. She didn't run, she speed walking. So they was like, oh, you lame, you soft, you scary, because you was over here talking about how you was finna jump this girl, and now you rushing to class, is that in the third. Cody don't did the dash in front of me and rushes to her motherfucking room. It's the bitch that's plotting to jump me with her motherfucking and her friends. So I was confused. So my homeboys behind me, as always, like I said, messy as they, oh, you lame, because you said you did this, that, and the third. So y'all know when a bitch arguing with a boy and she start crying and shit because they making her mad or whatever, the bitch Yanni starts crying. So she starts walking back towards me because I guess she got to prove her point to the niggas that she not scary. So she started crying and she walking back to me, and by this time, it's more people in the hallway because at first it was just us 3. Now it's more people in the hallway. So she like, you know what? What a bitch at? What a bitch at? I guess you're talking about me. So it was like 2 to 3 people in front of me. So I politely, you know, scooted them out the way. I saw you talking about me? You talking about Zai? She, what's up? Bitch, how you swing and miss? How do you swing and miss? Now you just look so motherfucking. She like swung from the back of her head, like coming like this. And she missed. Bitch, when you miss, you should know. And if you didn't know, you should have known. That bitch, I'm finna beat your. I'm finna go in non-stop. Y'all, when she swung and missed, it's like everything just activated, bitch. Everything just activated. When I tell you, I just went to throwing them hoes at her. And all I remember, y'all, I blacked out like 4 or 5 times. I swear to y'all, I like remember portions of the fight. So I'm telling what I remember. So when I went to like hitting her shit, the science teacher, and I remember her name was Miss Williams. She always wore this little fro. She ran over there trying to like break it up. I'm not for to stop swinging because you got in the middle of it, because you shouldn't have got in the middle of it, so they ain't got nothing to do with you. I went to swinging. I don't know if I hit her or not, but I know she ran her in the classroom. But I'm just throwing them hoes. She was hitting me back or whatever. She didn't touch my face or nothing, but like she was hitting me in my arms, my back. But I swear to y'all, I didn't feel a thing. I don't know if it was the heat of the moment or, you know, her hits just didn't hurt. So, like I said, we against the wall at this time. So now I got her like behind the science teacher door. Like, I'm just, bitch, because you got me with me. I don't bother nobody. So you starting some shit that you can't finish. Boom. After I blacked out and I came back, she like sliding down the wall. So next thing you know, now remind y'all, I had just got my hair did. My mama had just did my hair. My hair was like 2 days old. I'm gonna show y'all the clip like right here. This is the hair I had in like these purple and black plaits. Like, y'all, them bitches was so tight. Anyways, I just had those in. So as I'm tearing her at this point, she don't stop swinging. She balling up because I'm hitting her on her face. So she covering her face and shit. She balling up. I'm punching her head, her face. She balling up. As I'm punching this hole in her head, from my left side come this bitch. And she pulls down to the whole left side of my head. And she, get out of my sister. Not even your sister. This is not your sister. She has a real sister. You're not her sister, so why are you going so hard for her? Anyways, y'all, now I'm going to show y'all a little picture. This is me in 7th grade. And this was this bitch. Now, I'm not saying I was like a skeleton. But, bitch, why y'all had to jump me if y'all was bigger than me? So, she puts him up, bitch. Now I'm on demon time. Cause I'm motherfucking already hurting you, snatching my shit, plus you way bigger than me. Man, when I tell you I stumped on that the first hoe, Yanni back, and I punched that second hoe. Her name is Sonya. I know her name, and y'all don't want to know how I know her name. Her name is Sonya. I punched her. After hitting hoe number 2, which is Sonya, she fell back because that's all she could do. Now, after I hit this hoe, she ain't come back. I promise to y'all she didn't come back. Now, mind y'all, my cousin is still in the office talking to the dean, and come to find out they had called hoe number 1 sister in the office as well. So I guess they was in there talking, trying to see how can they resolve this issue, not knowing the problem I already know. So yeah, after I hit this hoe, I goes back to hoe number 1 because I'm not done with you. You started it, so finish it. I goes back over there. Guess what this hoe doing? Balled up still on the floor. I'm talking about some leg up, head, like her hands like this over her motherfucking head. Oh, you think it's gonna stop me? No, bitch. I don't want the tag on her motherfucking head because I want you to move your hands out your face. I want your face. So I'm tagging her in her motherfucking head like this. I'm talking about on the top of her head, hitting that bitch straight knuckles. She goes to try to cover that bitch like this. Oh, bitch, you removed your hands from your face, bitch.
This sport is a unique.
When I tell you I was tagging the shit out of this girl, that's how mad I was. Next thing you know, like blacking out like 2 or 3 times, y'all. Like it had completely went black and I could not hear nothing. And it's like every time I blacked out and came back, I was 10 times madder because, bitch, I don't know you. So why would you start with me? So y'all, when I had came back last time, I was so mad that I didn't see nobody but her. When I came back, y'all know the little metal door herder, like when the teacher pull their door all the way back and then it like hold it, stop it from closing. That when I seen it, she was like laying like balled up right next to it, y'all. When I tell y'all I grabbed this girl by her motherfucking roots, y'all, I swear to y'all, I grabbed her. Y'all know how girls used to be wearing that little fro or ponytail, whatever they used to call it back then, when they get a little shoestring and like pull it up or whatever. She had that in her head. Y'all, I had grabbed that puff. And when I tell you she made me so mad that I went to just hitting, like yanking her head, banging it to the to the stumper. Like I just went to banging that bitch on it. After I went to bang her head, I went to punch her because I'm like, why, bitch? Like, why you had to bring this out of me? Like, why me? So I went to hit her ass again, and as you know, I feel somebody pulling on my hoodie. So I'm like, basically the fuck, like, let me go. Like, nah, I ain't done. That's what I'm saying. I ain't done. So y'all, they put on my hoodie to where my hands was like this, like inside my hoodie. So now they got my sleeves like this. So I'm thinking it's a teacher to calm me down until I heard somebody from the crowd. I swear to y'all, they said, y'all not finna let her go. Let her go. Next thing you know, I started feeling punches to the back of my head. So I'm like, okay. So I went to try to yank them out. Whoever had them y'all, I promise to y'all, I was yanking them bitches as hard as I could. And I heard them tell myself, let her not finna jump her and I feel punches. When I finally let go, next thing I know, I turn around. I see the bitch running because she had this bun in her head. She's running through the crowd like she's pushing, shoving through their ass, but she's taking off. And not you don't hit me in my head a couple of times and you take off running through the crowd. And guess what? I'm not finna chase you through that thick ass crowd. I'm gonna catch you when I catch you because remind you, I don't forget faces. So until then, I'm finna beat your friend ass to where y'all gonna wanna come back and beat my. So guess what I did? Turned my happy-go-looking and got right back on her mother. So when I got on top of her, this was my last time getting on top of her. When I got on top of her, y'all, I just felt like, I don't know, I felt like I'm finna do something to you that I'm gonna regret later. That's how I felt. So girl, now I'm like on top of her, I'm just hitting her shit, like pounding her. I hear everybody screaming like, okay, that's it. I'm pounding this bitch like, no, y'all got fuck with nobody. I'm just straight hitting her. Next thing you know, I feel somebody pulls me. And I felt like the fight was going on for so long. Maybe it wasn't, but I felt like the teacher took forever to get there. But somebody pulls. The teacher that comes and pulls me immediately grabs for my right hand. Because that's the hand I was like, punching her with. So my left hand has her hair now. Like I have it by the roots. So he like, that's it. Y'all stop. Y'all done. You did what you had to do. It's over. So I'm not done. Because, like I said, I'm pissed off now. So, like I said, I have her hair. So, he pulling this hand. I'm already like, if they pull us apart, they're not finna let me get to her again. So, as I'm pulling her hair with this hand, I take my right leg, because like I said, he's holding my right arm. I take my right leg, and I just immediately started kicking her as hard as I can and as fast as I could. Like, I just seen her hair just kept going back, but just bouncing back because I got her hair. So then security comes in, they pull us apart, and Mr. Willis, which is the security guard, he had me over there in the corner. He was like, you got to calm down. Y'all got to chill. It's over. So he was like, you got to chill. He was like, baby girl, I'm finna go get your shoe. When I go get your shoe, we're going to the dean's office. Me not even knowing my shoe don't came out because all I see is, I'm just looking at her. I'm so mad, like I don't see nothing else. So he goes get my shoe, y'all. Now, I did not know it was blood on my shoe. I did not know it was blood on my uniform pants until I got home. Now, I'm not saying she was in a puddle of blood. I'm saying like her nose or mouth was leaking or something like that. And it had to be from when I was thumping her or kicking her, because if it was my hands, the blood would have been on my hands. But it was like blood on my shoe. It was blood splashed on my khaki pants. It was just too much. So I get my shoe, I put it on, and go to the dean office. Once I get to the dean office, that's when I see my cousin again. So she like, I'm mad. She's like, I'm mad as I heard on the walkie-talkies that y'all was fighting and I'm trying to get out the door, and they guarding the door telling me I can't go nowhere. So she like, is you good? Is you straight? Is you good? I'm looking. Only thing hurt is my head. I just got my hair done. So she was like, who all jumped you? Da-da-da-da-da. So I'm telling her, I'm like, it was like 3 of them. So at the time, we waiting on the dean to come in to do whatever he finna do with us, because at this point, I don't care. Like, send me to Grand Park, send me to Matty V, I don't care. So she like, oh yeah, and your mama on the way up here, they got us, messed up, that and the third. So I'm like, girl, you already don't contact my mama. She said, yeah. So, like I told y'all, we been knew Sonya. We didn't know her, but we knew her from the beginning of the school year. So she had already sent a picture of Sonya to my mama. So my mama was already heated, because my mama was like, this girl is too big to be jumping my daughter. You too big to even be fighting her, but let alone you jumping her. So my mama was heated already. He ended up walking in, and he like, what's going on? What's the problem? I'm not saying nothing, because I'm like, that's what you brought my cousin in here for. I'm not finna repeat shit. What's next? So boom, he like, do you know who I was involved? I'm like, I don't know the other 2 girls, but I know one was Sonya. I told him that because I wanted him to go get her, because when she walked in that office, I was going to So boom, he ended up go get her, and he took us in his conference room. Now, y'all, we still could not find the 3rd girl that hit me in the back of my head and ran into the crowd. We could not find her. And she supposed to be in the class with Science, so bitch, that means you was skipping. You scary. We get inside the conference room. It's like this big ass all these chairs. He told me and my cousin sit on one side, they sit on the other side. So I'm sitting there, but I'm standing down. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what he was talking about. All I know is he was trying to get down to the main reason of why we fought. And they was just like, we don't know. So he was like, do y'all know them? They told him no. He asked us. We was like, no. The dean ended up finding out, like, they the reason all this went down. So he's looking at them like, okay, so why did y'all fight? Like, what was the reason? They sitting over there, I don't know. I wasn't hearing none of that. I'm too busy staring at hole number 1. How many ice packs and napkins she had right around her. I don't care. So then she wasn't even looking at me. She would not look at me for nothing. She's looking at the ground. I look over at Sonya. Sonya looking at the ground. Now, the whole number 1 sister sitting on the side of her, but I'm not worried about in the dean office. You should have been there to see what I did to your sister. So now I'm looking at Sonya. Sonya looking at the floor. Like, she's so embarrassed. Like, now you sitting here look like you regret what you did. So he looking at her. He was like, don't look at Flo. He said, look at me. I'm asking y'all a question. What y'all choose to pick a fight with these ladies for if y'all don't know them? They kept saying they didn't know. So, y'all, we fought for no reason, but y'all learned that day not to just be messing with nobody. And y'all, like I said, my cousin had already contacted my mama. So, while we in the conference room, I hear my mama yelling. She like, y'all got me y'all let this big-ass girl jump on my daughter. She didn't need to jump her. You couldn't fight her one-on-one. She would have gave you that. So, when he heard my mama, he immediately tells security to start taking them girls back to their classroom. So, boom, while the security taking them to their classroom, rushing them to their classroom, he walks me up there, and when I go up there, y'all, it's my mama, my great-grandma, my grandma, my aunties, my uncles. I'm talking about they was ready to do any and everything for me. For me. So she's up there, she heated. She like, nah, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the biggest my daughter. That's what my mama's telling the dean. So he like, ma'am, just come back to my office. So he's trying to calm mom down, this, that, and the third. So my grandma like, we ain't trying to hear all that. Like, what was the reason of them jumping her? So he ended up telling my mama and them, he was like, when he questioned them, they didn't have a reason for jumping her. He said, so he felt like it was a jealousy thing. So my mama was like, so, like, what's y'all next step? What is y'all finna do with them because they jumped my child? So he was like, that's what I'm trying to figure out now. Might be suspension. So she was like, so what you gonna do when they come back and they fight again? And he was like, we just hope that don't happen, but if it do, we're gonna have to take, that step to send them to Matty V. The way his desk is, like, he's sitting on one side and he got two chairs on the other side. So it's me and my mama sit down. All my other people sitting up and they pacing back and forth like they so heated, it didn't make no sense. So while I'm sitting there, I'm looking at his desk, y'all, and he literally had a stack of phones. I'm talking about some damn near the whole school phones he had on his desk. And I was wondering, I was like, why? So my grandma asked him something. I forgot what she asked him. And then she was like, he was like, no, ma'am, I'm not allowed to show you the video. That's probably what she asked him, like, do you got a video or something? He was like, no, ma'am, I'm not allowed to show the video, this, that, and the third. So that's why their phones were sitting right there, because he told security to collect everybody's phones that was in the hallway at that time. So he was like, I'm not allowed to show nobody in the videos. He was like, but I can tell you, the video that I seen with my own two eyes, she held her own. She got them up off her. That's exactly what this man told him. I was like, so you're not going to let me see my fight? You're not going to let me see my fight? I'm sitting there like, it ain't no way in hell all the people that was recording, he collected all y'all phones. Like, how? How? Still to this day, I have not seen my fight. So I'm like, you know what? So long story short, I had ended up walking with security to go get my phone, my purse out the classroom that I left it in. I went home with my mama, and I came back to school the next day. But after the fight, I did not see whole number one and her sister no more. I didn't see Sonya no more. I don't know where the hell they went at, because like I said, mama was so heated that she wanted to find out where the girl stay at so we could run it again. So I don't know if they transferred schools because of that, or I don't know what happened, because we didn't fight again for them to go to Matty V. So it was like, I don't know what happened. I didn't end up seeing them no more. That third bitch that hit me in the back of my head and ran into the crowd, we still didn't see the bitch. But it was funny because after school, after the fight, I had ended up running into the third girl that hit me in the back of my head and ran into the crowd. So me and my sister was going into the hair store, and it was a bitch in front of us. But, we're not paying this bitch no attention because we don't know her. So we going there to get, the shit that we use for hair. And I'm talking to my sister across from the stove, but I'm also looking at hair products. So when I grab my shit and I look up, y'all know when you and somebody look up and y'all make eye contact? That's exactly what happened. Like, I grabbed the bottle. We looked at each other at the same time, and I went to smiling from ear to ear, y'all. I swear to you, this like she about to shit on herself. So my sister see me smiling, and she see the girl looking at me, and she like, what's up? Like, she's asking me, like, what's up? Like, put me up on, like, what's going on? I was like, you remember when I got jumped? She was like, yeah. I said, that's the third. After I told my sister that was the third bitch that jumped me, she immediately put the lip gloss down. Because she had, like, one item in her hand. She put the lip gloss down, turned around, and walked out the store, and she did not return to the store. That bitch probably didn't even return to that hair store ever. She probably went to a different one. But she immediately turned around and left the store. And that goes to show, like, had gave me an opportunity to beat your and I didn't. I spared you. If I did want to do something, you turned around and hauled before I could. So it was like, so that was really about it. Because after that, like, we didn't have no communications with them. We didn't talk to them. None of that. So it was just like, we see the third. I didn't do that into her. I said, I'm not holding no grudges, because if I was, I would have just ended up beating the girl still, but I didn't. I ended up seeing hole number 1 and 2 when we went to high school. And then again, they seen me. I seen them. We was looking at each other, but it's like they didn't want any issues. They just moved around. We fought. We got it over with. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, like, keep coming at you. Yeah, y'all jumped me. Y'all did that or whatever, or attempted to jump me. And that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like more story times, make sure you comment hearts, purple hearts at that down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all have no choice but to like, comment, and subscribe. Why? Because I got up and finished this video for y'all. 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning. It's too early. So I have no choice but to like, comment, subscribe, and send it to a friend or family member.